My name is Hazel Rubis. I'm 16. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and now I'm in Eugene, Oregon.
What brought you to Eugene, Oregon?
I was like 5 when we moved, so it's more up to my mom. I think she just wanted kind of a more relaxed environment, and she wanted me to grow up around more nature instead of just cement buildings. I have a little sister. She's 7. Her name is Finch.
Well, I'm going to say Pittsburgh's a lot more diverse than Eugene. What do you want to say about that, about your experiences of living in both places with diversity, and how does that make you feel?
Definitely, I don't think I realized until I just took the trip to DC, and I don't think I realized until that trip just how white Eugene is, because it was we would be walking around the corner and there'd be almost every security guard and officer we saw was black, and you don't really see that here, and we saw women in hijabs, and just everybody speaking different languages, and everybody had different skin tones, and it was just it feels a lot more, I guess, open there, and I think it kind of feels like everybody has a voice, because there are little neighborhoods where it's a lot of people from Poland will live in this neighborhood, and a bunch of Italian people live over here, and it's there's little bits of culture everywhere around the city, but here it's just white. It feels a little more closed off. I am Scottish, Irish, Italian, and Polish, so I'm super white.
So how did you get involved with the movement?
I started, my best friend Nona, I think she knew some of the organizers from Black Unity, and so we started going to all the protests, and then she got closer with them. So it's kind of been through her that I've gotten more involved, but mainly it's I don't know, it's our thing. We'll go out and protest together. It's how we became a lot closer than we were.
If you're 16, you don't get to vote for another 2 years.
No. But I think that mail-in voting is definitely needed for especially for communities that are more rural and can't get to a polling place easily, or people with disabilities, and it's necessary for everyone. So I think it's definitely important that we have it.
So there's been talk about reducing the voting age to 16. Do you feel like at 16 that you can make an informed choice?
I think that's a hard question, because it's some people are really open-minded and do their own research politically, but I feel at this age there are still the people who have their political views just from their parents, and it's just anything that their parents say is that's the truth. So I think that it would be cool if I could vote now, but it's probably important to have it at 18 instead. People are probably more likely to make their own decisions, hopefully. Yeah, there's still people that they originally were Trump 2020, and then they kind of saw what's going on, and I've had people message me and my friends and be hey, I can't really say this because my friends would make fun of me, but I support what you're doing, and then they'll still post and be no, Trump 2020. So there's definitely would be a lot of peer pressure if it were our age voting.
So what do you tell your friends about the movement when they ask you why you were involved?
I just try to, most of my friends are the same views, and they all go out and protest too. But mostly just like explaining why Black Lives Matter like needs to exist and why it does exist, instead of like chanting all lives matter and all that, and just kind of bringing up the statistics and stuff is usually like the biggest, like, I mean, this is just like facts proving that this needs to be here, and America doesn't treat everyone like they're equal yet, and so just explaining why it's still important.
Have you had any personal experience with a racial incident?
I've not like to me, but I've definitely been, like my friend has gotten messages telling her to go back to where she came from, and like she's a Black woman, and like just people, I don't know, I feel like it's definitely gotten, the like harassment has gotten higher lately, but my sister's dad is from India and he's pretty dark, and so when I was younger, when they were together, I remember like we'd be going to the store or something and someone would like move away or like grab their bag or something, and I think I was too young to really think about it, but I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, like we're just walking by you, and just like little tiny things like that were just felt out of place.
Do you feel like you're treated differently when you're with your friends of color or your family of color than when you're by yourself?
I think I'm definitely treated differently when I talk about like Black Lives Matter, or like I'm protesting, because it's like the people who will like hate on it, they think of it as like almost like we're trying to say that like Black people are like the only people that matter. So I've definitely had like family members and like peers like just make like backhanded comments and stuff like that, and it's like, I don't think you realize what this is.
Like if there was one thing that you think if people knew or could understand might make a change in Black Lives Matter?
I mean, I had a conversation with my like 7-year-old sister about this yesterday, so I don't feel like what I told her was just like, you know, saying Black Lives Matter isn't just saying that like only Black Lives Matter. It's saying that like everybody matters, but America doesn't really treat Black people like they're equal right now, or equal to white people, and there's a lot of like gaps financially and medically, and even just in like respect and how Black people are treated compared to white people or white passing. And I don't know, saying that all lives matter kind of takes away the struggle or the pain that they're feeling, and just kind of, it makes it seem like they're not, like, they're just making it seem bigger than it is, but happens, I don't know, I feel like it happens behind the scenes a lot, so a lot of people the discrimination happens behind the scenes a lot, so a lot of people don't really see it and understand why Black Lives Matter exists. I don't know.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yay.
Thank you.